Happy Saturday. Hello, Triple J. Welcome. Does everything seem good over there?
Yeah.
Everything's good? Is the microphone, should I move the microphone a little bit, or you think it's good?
No, you don't have to move the microphone.
Sometimes it's a little close.
No, it's fine.
We'll just wait a little while here. This is kind of unusual. We haven't done a live stream in a long time, but Jesse's here, of course. Hello, Jesse. Not like we haven't said hello many times already today, but hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, welcome. Hello to Triple J. I don't even know how to start.
I don't know.
I was going to wait for a little bit. What?
Well, it's like it still says it's still acting a little strange.
Is it really?
Recent. I mean, I think your audio is fine. It just okay. There we go.
Okay, what happened? Was it?
Well, it just wasn't updating to show me how many people were here or anything.
Okay.
But now it does.
If you're in the chat, let me know if you can hear and see everything okay, and hopefully you can. The Movie Attic is here. Hello, welcome. Happy Saturday. We're just waiting a little bit here, just talking about all sorts of random things before we get started on our first live stream in a while.
That's right.
But this might be a shorter one too, because this is basically a thank you for 4K live stream, because we passed, I think about a month ago, we passed 4,000 subscribers. And so I wanted to do something special just to say thank you. I'm so appreciative to YouTube and this community. I never expected when I started a YouTube channel that it would grow, and it really does grow. And so we wanted to say thank you and answer some questions. Well, feel free to answer, feel free to ask any questions. The other thing is I have, for those in the chat, I have some questions for you. So I thought that kind of turns the tables a little bit on the Q&A format.
That's right.
But you don't have to answer them if you don't want to. Hello. I never know how to pronounce that. Super Adsky? Asty? I don't know. FilmFan78, hello. I'm glad. Hey, Wayne, hello. Long time no talk. I've missed your live streams. I've missed you all too. I think we've missed everyone too. We just haven't. It's been kind of a busy summertime. The Movie Addict said, "Are you going to Disney World for reaching 4K or Trader Joe's?" Maybe it's more like Trader Joe's. I think probably. Yeah, we could go to Trader Joe's for 4K, right?
Yeah.
But we could go to Disney too. But I think it's
that's
at some point. And Wayne says hello to you as well.
Hello.
Hello. So we're going to leave this as an open Q&A. Feel free to ask any questions. It's really just a thank you live stream to everyone who leaves a comment, asks a question, watches a video, anything like that. Jesse and I really appreciate it. We really enjoy the channel. We enjoy sharing what we're doing. We've been doing these weekly vlogs to kind of give you an insight as to what we do all week, which is not a lot. But we do go out and I share what I'm watching. You can always also, Mike D is here. Hello, and thank you for the congratulations. We are, again, thankful to all of you who watch these videos and leave comments. But what was I going to say?
You're going to say that you can see what you're watching in real time on Letterboxd.
On Letterboxd, right. If you're not following me, if you're watching this later and you're not following me on Letterboxd, feel free to follow me on Letterboxd. The link is always in any one of the videos, and I follow everybody back. I love seeing what everyone else is watching. So feel free to follow me back, and I am kind of showing in real time what I'm watching. But you can let me know what you're watching too on the live stream or in any of the videos. This week we watched the. I have to say before we get started too, but feel free to ask any questions as I'm going here. Kieran said, met you through Twitter and Letterboxd, recently started watching your videos. Best wishes. Thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. It's nice that you're watching there. Wayne said, I've had a great summer and I'm looking forward to my bucket list cruise to Australia and New Zealand. Wow, that sounds like an amazing cruise, doesn't it?
It's a long cruise.
Am I talking too loudly? I don't know if I am.
I don't think you are.
I gotta be careful I don't get too close to the microphone. We've been watching cruise videos too. Not that we've been on a cruise, but we were watching a couple of cruise videos. We like that channel, Views and Cues.
Yeah.
That's our favorite. That's one of our favorite cruise channels, along with Ordinary Adventures, which is great too.
Right.
Where was I?
They do shorter cruises though. They
Shorter
don't do,
cruises, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. We're doing we're doing a weekly vlog on the channel now too, which will kind of show you what I'm watching. We try to really make it film focused, but you see other things too, like what we might be eating or if we're walking, because we do some walking during the week. And we like walking, not just, we walk around outside,
Yeah.
not inside.
Right.
It's a 72-day cruise. I don't know, Wayne, have you heard about those cruises where you can live on the cruise ship? I hear people do that.
72 days. So
72 days.
They're going to have the New Year on the cruise?
Are you going to have the New Year, Wayne, on the cruise? We could ask this is not only Q&A for me, but it's Q&A for you too.
Because it's
We're asking
October,
questions.
right? So 72 days, that's basically
Wow.
two months.
That's a long time. I don't know. We still have to do a 3-day cruise, I think. Maybe a 1-day cruise to start with.
Well, we've done, have we?
I don't know if we've done a
been on
1-day
boat
cruise.
together?
I don't think we've. There's a boat pretty close by. We could go on too for a day, but I've been on a whale watch
and
before.
I've been
but
on a couple of boats. We've never been on a boat together.
I was on a whale watch. Actually, we tried to do a whale watch when we were in I don't know, Santa Barbara, right? We tried to do, but then it kept getting canceled, which is probably a good sign if it's canceled because of rough, waters and stuff. Mike D said, Ordinary Adventures is one of my favorites too, and they just started watching Views and Cues. I love Views and Cues, by the way. They'll probably never see this video, but I love Views and Cues, and I try to promote them on Instagram if I can, and I just love their videos, and they do such a great job. They're very open and honest about their cruising experience. And the last time they went, I think they went on Utopia of the Seas, which, like I said, will we ever go on that kind of cruise? I don't know, but they did that train experience, which looks really fun.
Oh yeah,
where they go on the train and it's like
a virtual train going to the west.
West. So they open up the windows and it looks like you're going someplace. I think Ordinary Adventures did that too, but that's kind of a cool experience.
Yeah,
I would like it just for the training. If I could go on a boat to then go on a train.
It kind of reminds me of
it seems like
at the science center they had this submarine sort of experience.
Oh yeah.
Where you could go like in the Erie Canal, but you were in the science center, but it was like this virtual, like going under the water, exploring what would be under there. So it was kind of cool. But yeah, it's like that.
That sounds eerie to me.
But this is like they have like a dinner. It was like a dinner and a show on a virtual train. On a train,
yeah. I would do that. I would, but then you have to go on the boat to get on the train, right?
Yeah.
So that's I don't know if I would do that. The movie addict said, if we learn nothing from Gilligan's Island, we should know, don't go on the 3-hour tour, right?
I've actually been on a 3-hour tour multiple times.
3.
I'm not even joking.
But did you have a good time on the 3-hour tour?
Yeah, in the Thousand Islands.
The Thousand Islands, not the dressing.
No, in the actual place. In the Thousand Islands in New York, there's the Uncle Sam's boat tour, and they offer a 3-hour tour where you go from like the mainland to the island where there's a castle, and you come back.
And you come back, yeah.
We always joke about how 3-hour tours can end pretty badly.
But let me ask you this: are there 1,000 islands?
Yeah.
Are there really 1,000 islands? Do they count every little? That seems like a lot of islands.
I think in order for it to be considered an island, it just
it's
has
like
to
a little rock. Has to like
enough rock that like
comes up above the water.
I think. Yeah.
So they count like some rocks that are just above the water.
Yeah, like I think it has to be like enough like measurable space for like maybe one person could stand on, and then that counts as an island.
I'm already laughing so much that my glasses are fogging up.
Oh my goodness. Well, Wayne is going to be on the cruise for Christmas.
Oh, Christmas and New Year's. That sounds like a lot of fun. Wayne, let us know too if you've been on Utopia of the Seas, or if you're planning to go on that because of that train experience. But of course, there's other things too. I don't think I'm going to get on the slide, by the way. But
well, I don't know, because Wayne is in Canada, right?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong though. So, please correct us, Wayne, if we're wrong about that.
Icon and Utopia, they leave out Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wayne says, obviously trying to get us back on track here too. I've been busy picking up 4K. What have you been picking up too? And anyone else in the chat, let me know what you've been picking up. Strange Darling, I just heard was really good, and for some reason I saw it, but I don't know if it's I thought it was a horror movie, but I could be completely wrong.
Is that the one with Ed Begley Jr. in it?
I think it is, because that's the one where we saw the TikTok with his daughter, who was saying that Ed Begley Jr. was going to the movie theater like multiple times to see it because apparently he's in the movie.
And he wants to support the film.
Yes. Wayne, just to confirm, is from Canada.
That's great.
Brent is here. Hello, Brent, and thank you for the kind words. And it's really a thank you to all of you who watch the videos and come to the live streams. We haven't done a live stream in a while, so but we may do a little bit more.
We should have gotten a sub for the subs, but with the deli meat problem right now.
I know there's a big deli meat problem, so we didn't get a sub. Did someone say we should get a sub?
Well, he said 4K subs.
4K subs. We were going to bring. I was going to bring some 4Ks to the 4K subscriber thing, but then we decided not to. And then we said maybe we should have 4 questions, which we do have some questions. I do have some questions for all of you. Clamp 20 said it's a thriller, very classy but modern, must see for any film fans. That's on my list. It's funny, on Letterboxd, I also have a list of must-see films for 2024, and that's on there. I think everybody could see those lists also, but that's a list I'm keeping of movies that I want to see at some point. But it usually goes into 2025 too. So.
And then you adjust it later, right?
I adjust it later, right? Yeah. 4K. Yeah, I could have done 4K movie versions of submarine movies, which I don't have any. And the only one I can think of is what's that one I always watch? I can't think of it. Ice Station Zebra. But I don't. But I'm not sure that has a 4K yet, though. Does it? I don't know. Movie Addict said I got the 4K of The Last Unicorn. I haven't seen that. We were going to pull some of my favorite 4Ks, and I think I do have a 4K. I think of Gladiator, and I do have one of Interstellar, which I like, as well as the Blues Brothers, and I've got a few others too. Spartacus, which I think is really good. Spartacus, I think, was one of the ones I noticed, or we both noticed when we were watching. The colors, in Spartacus are really good.
Oh yeah.
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 Kieran said, I'm slowly starting my 4K collection. Recently picked up Blue Velvet, Serpico, and Night of the Hunter. Wow, those are some great films too. Serpico, one of my favorite films from the 70s. I love that. Heat of the Night, also In the Heat of the Night, I think, which is great too on 4K. I love that movie too. We're gonna show, I think, a few things that we're gonna start watching for the upcoming autumn Halloween season. Serpico, yeah, Serpico that's a great film. I'd have to say that's in my top 10, I think, of movies, Al Pacino movies and movies of the 70s for me. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so
far? And I do have some questions too. Maybe I'll just throw out a question here too, so as we go through it. Wayne said I went kind of crazy because I bought a new TV and a sound bar. It's great for 4Ks. We need to upgrade our sound bar, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because our sound bar is slowly not doing well.
10 years old.
We have a 10-year-old sound bar. One of the questions I have for everybody in the chat here too is, here's my first question for all of you too. What is your favorite movie or TV show of 2024, or your first watch so far? And I'll just throw out some of mine here, and then you can, you can answer too if you like to. You don't have to. I recently watched the Blake Edwards documentary on PBS, and I absolutely love that. And I was very emotional during that too, because for whatever reason, I thought Julie Andrews, who was married to Blake Edwards for many years, narrates it, and there's a lot of personal memories in there. His family's in there, and that's just one of the things I've watched recently that's an absolute favorite of mine, and I just love it. Oh, thanks for putting the question in there.
Hopefully, I did okay.
That was good. I forgot. We should probably do that. Yeah. So, but you can always, you can ask us a question too. I'm just putting it out there, and if you're watching this later, you can feel free to answer the question too. So that's one of my favorites, is the Blake Edwards documentary. I don't know why I got so emotional with it. I guess I just love Blake Edwards and Peter Sellers. And I love those movies. I love the creativity between Blake Edwards and Henry Mancini and Peter Sellers. And there's a bunch of, as I'm watching these documentaries, I often will keep a list of new films that I would like to see. And I added a couple there. There's one called Darling Lily, which is Julie Andrews. When Blake Edwards, I think, and Julie Andrews got together, that was one of the films that they did together. One of the first films I think they did together. And she has a nice musical number in the beginning of it, which they showed in the documentary. Oh, really? That's interesting. Kieran said the 3-part docu-series Ren Fair. I feel like we were going to watch that. We added that to our list, I think. Was a standout so far. I don't watch a ton of television, though. I think we've seen the preview for that.
I think that's the one.
Pretty sure.
Where they're looking to replace the king or something.
Oh, really?
Or something.
It's a docu-series, though. That's a good suggestion. Thanks for that. Yeah.
We saw the trailer, and it doesn't have to be stuff that came out this year. Just something you discovered this year.
Yeah.
Right.
Andre is here, and the Master of All Movies is here. It doesn't have to be something you discovered just this year, right? But
well, it's like you discovered this year. It didn't have to come out this year.
Right. Exactly.
So, if you just watched Serpico for the first time this year and it was great for you, then that counts.
Then that counts. Yep. Film Fan 78 said just started This Is Us and loving it. We should watch that.
I think I've heard
This Is Us is good. We're watching Life in Pieces, which is on Hulu, which we like. Although we started the third season, it's getting a little weaker. I think the first 2 seasons are pretty strong, but it's a comedy series.
Yeah, some episodes are better than others, but
right. Sarah, hello. Film Fan 78 said also introducing Hitchcock films to my kid. We were just thinking about Hitchcock films. I might do a video on Hitchcock films because I love. I've been wanting to rewatch Rear Window, which I've seen so many times, and I love all the other films. We didn't even pull any for today, but I want to rewatch Psycho, Rear Window, Vertigo.
I wanted to see Psycho 2.
Oh yeah, Psycho 2, right? Which was made.
Film, but yeah. I mean, it's based off of the first one, I imagine.
Mike D said, "I've been watching the TV show Grimm, about to finish season 1." By the way, speaking of TV shows, we were watching a show called Horror's Greatest, which we talk about a little bit in the vlog next week, and that's on AMC Plus.
Yeah.
And maybe Shudder, we're not sure, but AMC Plus. If you have AMC Plus, it's really good.
It's really good.
Horror's Greatest.
It's a horror film documentary.
Vertigo, yeah.
It's not really a documentary though. It's just those shows where you have a panel of people that give insight into films.
Yeah.
And they show clips and they kind of connect them with similar I don't know, like this one was tropes.
Cliches and tropes was
it talked about films that fit that, The Final Girl and The Creepy House and The Car Won't Start and things like that.
The car doesn't work.
It was very cool, yeah.
Yeah, or Stupid Decisions or something like that,
yeah,
right? Where
they always let's split up or
yeah,
let's go down this creepy hallway.
But I think it's one of the best horror series that I've seen. Again, Horror's Greatest, right? Or what's it called?
Horror's Greatest.
Horror's Greatest. Highly recommend that. I can't wait for the second episode. And the second episode is all going to be about monsters. And so they're going to talk about Godzilla and King Kong and every, the Tremors monster. Is there a name for the Tremors monster? I don't know.
Are they worms?
I mean, I think the sandworms in Dune, right? So I don't know if they call them the same thing, but
I guess I could look.
Kieran said Vertigo is amazing. Triple J said a couple weeks ago, I finished all 5 Bruce Lee films for the first time. They're great. I definitely want the Criterion box set now. I have the Criterion box set. Highly recommend that one too. If you're a Bruce Lee fan, it's really good.
They're just called worm-like monsters.
Are they?
Underground creatures.
Underground creatures. So anyway, that's what we've been watching on AMC Plus, and it's really good. It's kind of similar to this, which I plan to show today, Cursed Films, which I've talked about before on the channel. This is a Shudder original series, but it kind of talks about the myths. I always have trouble with that. The myths and legends behind Poltergeist, The Omen, The Exorcist, The Crow, and Twilight Zone, the movie. And there's a second season of this too, but this is really good if you haven't seen it. And there is physical media for it. I know I was saying in the vlog that's going to come out, I was saying I really wish that there was physical media for Horror's Greatest.
Well, I mean,
do you think there will be
a brand new show, so I don't know.
Could they make physical media just for me on that? I could ask. I guess I could ask them to do it.
You know the right people.
Brent says, I've been watching Wim Wenders films this year. Of course, Perfect Days. What a great film that is. There's a video up on the channel now too about where I talk a little bit about Perfect Days and my cassette collection. Believe it or not, I pulled out my cassette collection for that.
Yeah.
But I love we watched Perfect Days together. What a great movie that is.
It was really great.
It's probably one of my favorite movies now from 2023. Sorry, my chair's squeaking a little bit. The American Friend is really good. I think I have that one. If not, it's on my list. But I didn't see Anselm, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Brandon will have to tell me if I'm doing that right. But that sounds great too. I haven't seen that on the Criterion Channel. I love all the features they have on the Criterion Channel too, which I've talked about before.
Yeah.
Sarah says I have a ton of Shudder, but I don't have Cursed Films on Blu-ray. Highly recommend that one.
I think it's still streaming on Shudder.
Streaming on Shudder, yeah. And there's a season 2. Andre said some favorite movies I've seen this year are Corrida's Monster, Peeping Tom, and Elegant Beast. Great recommendations. I've been watching, before the Blake Edwards documentary, I was watching the Alan J. Pakula documentary, which is really good, and I think I watched that on Max. But that's also really good too, and they talk a lot about the Paranoia trilogy, which I wish they would come out with a Criterion for All the President's Men, because that would really complete that set. Because they already have Clute, and they have the Parallax View, so it'd be nice to see All the President's Men as a Criterion also. Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Greetings to Dave and everyone from Edmonton, Canada. Welcome.
We have a lot of Canadian friends.
Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Hello everyone. I think I've said that already. Anyway, this live stream, as I said earlier, is really a thank you to all of you who join the live streams and watch the videos and leave comments and things like that. Thank you to all of you. We really sincerely appreciate it. And hopefully we'll continue to grow. We're trying to make 1 or 2 videos a week, and hopefully that's okay. Wayne said one of my favorite short series is 11/22/63. That's also, I think we started to watch that, right? But we didn't finish it.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we've only watched like either the trailer or the first 5 minutes, but I think that might be on Hulu.
Is it on Hulu? Yeah, maybe.
I think so, because Hulu has the other Stephen King TV series.
Was it Under the Dome?
No, not that one.
Oh.
That one might be on there because that's an ABC show. But the other one, Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. I guess I remember seeing that, but we haven't.
But there
watched
is
it.
also going to be a Horror's Greatest episode about Stephen King adaptations.
Yeah, right.
Very cool.
I know. I can't wait for that. I love it when we find a television series too that we could watch. I mean, I felt like we need to watch it again because I can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Mike said I've been introducing the girlfriend to Trick or Treat, which I think was in that.
I haven't seen that one.
The movie we can't talk about too. We can't say it too many times during the live stream.
That's right.
And The Boys, which we started watching The Boys also. Are you excited, Mike, or anyone, for the new B movie? We'll just call it the B movie, so we don't say it too many times. Chris said a recent great watch of mine was the 2001 classic No Man's Land, which won a Best International Film Academy Award.
Oh, I think the title seems familiar from the Oscar ballot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. That's right. Yeah. I need to watch that too. Anselm, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, is a Wim Wenders documentary about amazing German painter and I do. Yeah, I do want to watch that. I need to see that.
We watched the trailer for that one, didn't we?
That looks really good. Yeah. Wayne says I have the 11/22/63 on Blu-ray and love it. Wow.
Is that the Vim Vendors documentary? That's the one where he
It's about the
has all sorts of paintings like in a house or something.
Oh yeah, yeah,
right. Like
yeah,
the property is like the space.
yeah. It's the whole
showing
space and
for
everything.
his
Yeah,
art.
that's amazing. I need to watch that. Thanks, Brent, for that suggestion. Kieran said they've been filming a new Stephen King adaptation close to me this summer, The Long Walk, starring Mark Hamill. Are you going to go try to see Mark Hamill? That'd be fun to see.
The Long Walk. I think that one might be a better, maybe cinematic adaptation than the book. I didn't read it. Like, it's a short story.
I didn't realize Mark Hamill was in that. That's pretty good. Yeah. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the new B movie. We'll say B movie. I love the documentaries too. So the Blake Edwards documentary, the Alan J. Pakula documentary. So that's definitely, Brent, thanks for mentioning that again. That's next up on my list, I think, because it looks really good. Super Asked is back. Very good. Welcome back. I'll go to my next question for all of you, and you can ask any questions, film and TV related, obviously, here. But the next question I have: what are you currently watching? And I'll say what I'm currently watching. We're watching Horror's Greatest, as I mentioned, but I've also started a rewatch of the Star Trek, the original series of Star Trek, and I'm absolutely loving it. I bought the digital copies. I have all 3 seasons of the original series on DVD, but I'm thinking about upgrading to Blu-ray. If you're a fan of Star Trek, let me know which Blu-ray I should get for that, because there was a steelbook. There's a lot of confusing entries on Amazon for those, and I'm wondering what to get. I'm really thinking of just getting the regular Blu-ray separate seasons, but the steelbook set looks really good. We're also watching, as I mentioned, Life in Pieces, Dead City, which we're kind of stalled on in the Walking Dead universe, but I'm really enjoying the Star Trek, the original series, and I'll tell you why, because I thought I wasn't going to like the enhancements, and I really enjoy the things they've been adding to it. How amazed I am when I'm watching them. I really thought, I'm not going to like this. I just want it to be like the regular series or whatever, or, the original show. Right. But I can tell where they've added things, or, the ship and things like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I was moderating.
What are you currently watching? Yeah. Thanks for putting the questions in there too. So that's my question. What are you currently watching? And we're watching Star Trek. One of the things I forgot to mention with Horror's Greatest is I realized that they talk a lot about this movie in the documentary, and it's this movie Race with the Devil, which is on this action-packed double feature with Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, and then Race with the Devil. But this looks really good. The Peter Fonda, Warren Oates movie, and there's the back too. I don't think you can get a Blu-ray for Race with the Devil, but Race with the Devil sounded really interesting. They go on this road trip. It's kind of like Peter Fonda was in, of course, Easy Rider, and this is a situation where he gets chased by some people. I should just read this because I'm trying to.
They're in an RV. They're going on a road trip, and then they accidentally watch a satanic ritual.
Oh, that's right. By mistake, they see
by mistake, and so then they're being chased by this group that they saw when they shouldn't have seen them.
Yeah, the RV road trip takes a deadly detour at a secluded campsite when they accidentally witness a satanic sacrifice and race with the devil. Horror hits the highway. I think they should have put that on the front here. Horror hits the highway, probably.
It seems like
Race with the Devil is
it's
good.
A little bit like maybe like Rosemary's Baby, where it seems like, from what the documentary said, like everybody's kind of in on it. Like the whole town knows.
Oh, the whole town, yeah.
All the people are creepy. Like they showed that there's a scene where the ladies want to go swimming and like literally everyone is staring at them. And it's just like how, people can just be strange, I guess.
Yeah. So you're not really sure except because they go, I remember they showed one scene where they're swimming in a pool or something like that, and everybody's looking at them kind of oddly, right? Yeah.
Staring at them.
Yeah. Let's see. Mike said I would definitely just get the Blu-ray Star Trek seasons. What do you think, Mike, if you've been watching Star Trek, what do you think of the enhancements? I sort of like the idea of maybe rewatching again on the physical media with the original one and then watching what the enhancements are. Wayne said, I really enjoy the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, we haven't seen that yet,
No,
right?
we tried that.
We tried to watch that, right? But we
got very confused.
We got confused about it, yeah.
Maybe we just weren't in the mood, though.
Maybe we have to watch I have the other 3 Planet of the Apes remakes, and this one is the best. Yeah, maybe we just have to rewatch that. Maybe we need to watch the other 2, right? And then watch that one.
Well, no, I think
again?
our problem was that we liked the Caesar character, and then something happens in the beginning of the 3rd movie or the 4th movie.
I think because,
and then it's like, it's a reboot like many, many years in the future. So we were kind of confused because we thought it was more connected to the previous films. So it's really a restart with new characters. And so we were kind of like confused because we weren't ready for that.
Yeah. I knew when we were doing this live stream that I was going to want to buy things, and Anthony mentioned something already that I'm going to want to get because, hello, I'm watching season 1 of Canon with William Conrad, which Canon shows up in I thought he showed up in a Columbo episode. Remember there was a Columbo episode we watched, and I go, that's Canon, I think. I could be, or no, Barnaby Jones. He shows up in Barnaby Jones, I think. And so there's a little crossover episode there.
Barnaby Jones, and then the quality went down.
The quality, yeah, exactly, yeah. So I guess I need to get that. Wayne said, I'm definitely going to get the Kingdom 4K, which looks really good. There's a steelbook out on that too, I think. The Movie Addict said, my wife and I just rewatched The French Dispatch, which we have. I love Wes Anderson movies. You know, you really can't, they really are very rewatchable. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's so many details to look at. I love Asteroid City too. Yeah. Brent said, lately I've been watching Jenna Rollins and Alan Delon films, and it's really very sad that they're gone, especially, I mean, for both of them really, but Jenna Rollins, what an amazing actress. And if you don't have the Cassavetes box set, I know I mentioned this in a vlog when Jenna Rollins passed away, but highly recommend that Cassavetes box set. I'm actually surprised it hasn't gone out of print yet, but you can still get it. And I would get that one, because it seems like that one's been out there for a while. I hope it doesn't go out of print. But Kieran said, I recently picked up the Grand Budapest Hotel in Blu-ray. Yeah, Wes Anderson. Oh boy. Wayne said you can watch the Kingdom Planet separately from the other because it's in the future.
Yeah,
right?
because
That's
it's
why.
like it's the start of a new trilogy or something.
Yeah.
And I think we were confused because we thought that it was going to be part of the previous trilogy.
Yeah. You know, Mike, I so agree with you on this one. I was really surprised at my reaction because I thought I wasn't going to like it. I thought I just wanted the original episode as it aired. But I so agree with you. I was really worried it was going to take me out of the story too, but I think it's very tastefully done, and they really add some things to it. The shots of the ship and the planet and some of the things on the planet. I can definitely tell when a scene comes in. It's been a while since I've watched in order, because when I originally watched, I was mentioning this to you that I saw them out of order. I saw whatever was on TV at 6 o'clock at night in the 70s or whatever. The one night a week, I never saw them in order, I don't think. Right. So this is the first time I've watched them in order, which is a lot of fun to do.
Well, I think they're also edit them well. So like you said, some of the audio like bleeds over where the original would have just been like a still on something for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So they use some of the audio to like transition it. So it's not just like, oh, and then there's an extra scene stuck in. It's like it's blended nicely.
Wayne said it does refer back to Caesar, so that's good to know. Sarah said there's a new steelbook for Mad Max, which is good. We do have to watch that one still too.
Yeah.
Did I cover it? Was that I guess that was a question. You can, again, feel free to ask any questions, but I'm just looking at the other questions I have. My third question for everyone here too is, what show or movie are you looking forward to this year? I think I'm looking forward to the new Bee movie, which I already talked about. The Bear, which we haven't seen, Joker 2, Janet Planet, and of course we still need to watch Dune 2. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But what are you all looking forward to in the coming year? Maybe the next, the fall. A lot of thanks for adding the questions to the chat. I forget what they are.
I don't know if I phrased them the best.
No, I think that's good. I'm sure everybody that joined the live stream didn't think there'd be a test like this, but it's not really a test. You could answer if you want. You don't have to answer anything if you don't want to. But
participation points count.
Participation, yeah, exactly. The Movie Addict said the Star Trek Blu-rays are cool because you can toggle between them, which I thought was really interesting too. I want to toggle between the old and new special effects. So the movie, this is a question for the movie act, but everybody, if you know, I'm looking on Amazon and I'm finding like the individual I have all 3 seasons on DVD, but I'm wondering if the Blu-ray seasons, it looked like there were some really strange entries on Amazon for the Blu-ray sets and not the Steelbook set, which looks really good.
There's a Steelbook set, then there's the entire series as a set, but it has like not the greatest packaging because the discs are stacked.
Yeah.
And the Steelbook set, they're stacked as well.
But I like the covers on the Steelbooks. I don't collect a lot of Steelbooks, but it looked really good. And then
the individual seasons are available, but when you go into the entries on Amazon, there's like some strange options.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do, but and also didn't the options were like it was a paperback or something like it didn't.
Well, you didn't have to click on that, but it was like this extra option. Like sometimes it says like Blu-ray, DVD. 4K all-in-one listing, it had some sort of paperback option, which was strange.
I was wishing I had my VHS tape. I used to collect the VHS tapes of old Star Trek episodes too, and I wish I had those. I'm looking forward to Nosferatu. That looks really good. Not much else this year is exciting. Are you going to the theater? Is anyone going to the theater anymore? That's the thing. I've been watching some videos about that too, because theaters around here are pretty bad, or you get really distracted. Triple J said, not sure, but I'm going to go see, but I want to see Megalopolis. I would like to see that too, but I've heard some strange things about it. Mike is also looking forward to the new B movie. We'll see what happens with that. Chris said the Toronto International Film Festival begins next week. Most of the big films get premiered there every year. That's great to know. Kieran said the Nosferatu, Anora, and the new Cronenberg movie, The Shrouds. I haven't seen I don't think I've seen a preview for that, but I think I had heard this too. Not sure if you live by a Walmart, but they have Frankenstein and Dracula Steelbook 4Ks that were Best Buy exclusive. So I guess they moved a lot of the Best Buy stuff to Walmart now. Is that? Do you think that's the thing?
I think that's what it seemed like happened.
I heard that I can't remember who's playing the lead role, but I heard that there was a Reagan movie.
Oh, isn't it
Dennis Quaid? Was it Dennis Quaid?
Is it Dennis Quaid?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
I thought it was
That looks pretty good though.
Bryan Cranston.
Was it really Bryan Cranston?
I thought he was in some sort of political thing.
Well, he was in another one about I can't remember the president's name now, but
LBJ.
LBJ, yeah.
Yeah,
it's Dennis Quaid. Yeah, Kieran, thank you.
Well, I gotta look up the other one.
Dennis Quaid. That looks pretty good. You know, the thing is, I was thinking about this too. The theater experience, at least where I'm at, is not that good. I love the theater. I love the theater where you go see plays, and I love also the theater where you can see movies, and I've done that for many years. But lately, the last couple of times we went to the theater, it's just been a bad experience. It's just people talking or on their phones, and I really can't. I need to focus on the movie, even if I take a break or whatever the case is. And I know people are very used to being on their phones. I get that, and I'm on my phone a lot too. But when you're in a movie, I feel like you should just go to the movie, watch the movie with other people, laugh or do whatever, make a quick comment or something like that. But if you're talking all the way through the film or have your phone out, that's not a good experience, I think. I'd rather watch movies here at home. I'd rather pay the $20, like wait for it to come to one of the digital services or, one of the streaming services, or buy the physical media and watch it at home where I can, have some peace.
Yeah, like if I want to just be on my phone, I'll just be on my phone at home.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like a more comfortable experience to be at the theater to just be like scrolling.
And there's usually a half an hour of commercials. I'm not saying, I love the theaters too. I really want to go back to the theater. I feel like one way that the theaters could maybe this is just me, but I think I would go back if there were re-showing movies from the past, let's say, that I didn't have a chance to see in a theater, and really make it an event. And I know we have Fathom events here too, so they show like a Hitchcock film or whatever.
I think they need to go back to like the original theater setup with like the smaller seats and more people in the theater, because I think now that you're sitting in this big recliner separate from everybody, you kind of forget that you're in a big crowd.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you'd be close to people, and there'd be like a buzz and excitement, and you'd see how full the theater is. So like decrease the price, make the seats, standard theater seats, and maybe more people will go.
Yeah, or like we saw this video of one of the Alamo draft houses, which looked pretty cool.
Yeah, but there was still no one there.
There was nobody there, but it looked nice, and they had nice movie posters. But like our movie theater doesn't have a lot of that stuff. It looks like it just looks very sad.
Yeah.
I'm just going back in the comments here a little bit. But Wayne said, I still buy Blu-rays and DVDs from time to time when the price is right. Yesterday I was at Walmart and picked up the DVD of Looney Tunes. There's if you like animated shows or cartoons, Warner Archive has those Looney Tunes collector's editions, which I highly recommend.
Yeah.
Anthony said, not sure if you like Blake's 7, but the forthcoming UK season 1 Blu-ray release has updated the special effects as originally in 1978. I love those types of series. I'm not sure I've seen any of those, but I'll definitely keep my eye out for that one. Brent, of course, always has the great suggestions. The Great British Bake Off. We need to watch that. We need to watch that because we watch like Halloween Wars.
We're watching Halloween Baking Championship.
Halloween Baking Championship, which always gets us in the mood to eat cupcakes.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, we watched it last year, like as the show rolled out, and it was a good time. So we probably should try Great British Bake Off.
Great British Bake Off.
I'm not sure where we can watch that.
That's a good suggestion.
Where can we see that?
I mean, we probably have to get BritBox next or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's see.
Wayne said they have Bugs Bunny, Foghorn Leghorn, and Roadrunner, and Wile E. Coyote. That's cool. Kieran said, took my daughter to see Inside Out 2 a couple months ago, and the dad next to me answered and talked on the phone for 5 minutes beside me in the middle of the movie. Can you believe that? I mean, I get it. If it's an emergency, I understand. I'm not saying you should be on your phone, but I feel like if you're in the movies, if you go to the movies, you're going there, you're spending $20, you're spending $10 on popcorn or whatever. Everybody should, I think, maybe not talk. Is that too much to ask?
Wasn't the etiquette before that, like, if you needed to talk to someone, you
maybe
would
go
leave
outside
the
or something?
Theater, go outside. Like it's not like a stage play where you're not supposed to leave. Like you're allowed to leave.
You could leave if you want, or maybe stay home. I mean,
or they could have texted that person. I'm in the theater.
Or I'll stay home. It's fine.
What's happening? But I'll just stay home instead.
It's fine. I'll stay home. But I would go back. But the thing is, I feel like if there were events, like we saw that one video where they were doing like a charity event to raise money for a cat rescue or something like that, and you'd go to the theater and you'd watch, like, I think in this case it was all videos of, there were cat videos or whatever.
Right.
But if you do like a special event, like a Fathom event, that's kind of fun to go, and then you get a lot of people from different from different age groups and things like that. Maybe that would be a better experience.
I guess I just miss like the buzz in the lobby, when you go on like a Friday night or a Saturday night and it'd be really busy and there'd be a line and people you gotta wait for the popcorn. It smells like popcorn when you go in there. People are coming out of the theater and you're going in, and it's like it's all there's just like this big buzz. And now when you go to the theater, it's like no one is there. Like nobody's waiting in line, nobody's taking tickets,
and we usually go early, so then we see half an hour of commercials, right? And that we don't want that, because we can see commercials if we're at home.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just put on the
miss that. I miss like seeing people like excited to talk about the movie they just saw, and people excited to go see the movie, and like my theater had a lot of movie specific pinball machines, which was pretty cool, and there used to be a lot of stuff. That whole atmosphere. Now it's just kind of.
Wayne was asking if we're going to be on next week. I'm not really sure, Wayne, if we're going to be here, but we might be. I might start doing some surprise live streams. I'll try to give a little bit of notice, but I might start doing some of those. So look for those. It is 2 p.m. Eastern, so we're going to try to. If we do a Saturday again, I think we'll do 2 p.m. I think we were doing 1 o'clock before, but I think 2 o'clock is probably better.
I mean, we could be more regular, like do more regular live streams.
I think we started to run out of topics, I think is what happened.
So something you want us to talk about.
If there's something you'd like to see, or you like, I think that was one of my last questions. What would you like to see on the channel too, with this group that we have here too? You have a perfect opportunity to say, I'd love to see whatever, and we can do, because I'm doing collection videos and we're doing vlogs, and you'll see a lot more of those. But I might do some more as we get into the Halloween season, maybe more specific, topics
Yeah.
But we're really trying to branch out. But if you have any suggestions, we usually take notes during these too, so we can keep a list of things.
Yeah.
And I'm going back up through the comments here a little bit. The movie addict said, luckily we have gone to the drive. Oh, the drive-in. I wish they had. I think they do have a drive-in close by, don't they? I thought there was a drive-in here. I could be wrong, but
yeah, there is. I think it's like 40 minutes away.
Yeah, so maybe the drive-in would be. You could just roll up the windows, as the movie addict said, right? Roll up the.
What do they?
Roll up the. I'm doing the old school rolling up the windows, but it's really electronic now. But anyway.
So, but like now when you go to the drive-in, do they broadcast it still on like an AM station or something so you can hear it in your car? Oh, maybe they did. Oh, I don't know. I think they have their own sound system for that. I'm not really sure if they, broadcast it in the. It just reminded me, we were watching this video today of Lucille. Lucille Ball was on the Dick Cavett show, and she mentioned that she had some fillings in her teeth, and she was driving along. I think you can find this clip on YouTube somewhere. She was driving along one night or something, driving back to the studio, and all of a sudden she was able to pick up like a radio station on her teeth. Yeah.
And she's like, "What is going on?" There's she thought her radio was on. I
thought the best part of that story was that she was like, I got back to the studio and I was telling Buster Keaton about it.
Yeah, and I mentioned to Buster Keaton, and Buster Keaton said, "Oh, do you have lead in your teeth?"
He's like, "Oh, you drove by the radio station. You drove by the channel."
So I just thought it was
really
funny.
Excited to do it again.
She wanted to go back again so she could hear songs in her teeth. But anyway, Chris said, I believe the theaters ought to hire ushers and have strict no phones policy while films are rolling. That'd be a good idea. I just don't know if they could really enforce that, at least here anyway.
I just feel like
that'd be too many people to have in the theater. They don't have as many people.
Movie theater goers, we all agreed in this contract when we would go to the theater about how you're supposed to turn your phone off, you're supposed to, be polite and behave yourself. And I feel like now it's kind of gone off the rails. Yeah, and I think they've already, at least here anyway, we're just talking about our experience here, but they don't have as many employees anymore because of budget cuts or whatever the case is. And so a lot of times the person that's giving you the popcorn is also scanning your ticket. So they don't even have ushers at the front, right? They just you scan it on your phone and that's it, Can you go down to
Sorry, did I miss one?
Wayne's comment? Because I think Wayne has to
go. Wayne said it's your channel, obviously, but if there's one every 2 weeks or so, we could do that. We could certainly think about that for sure. We really appreciate everyone that comes to these too. I know I've said I'm going to say this a bunch of times, but thank you so much to everyone who supports this channel. We really appreciate it, and we're going to try to do some more live streams if we can. And we will put a thumbnail. Usually, if we're doing one on Saturday, you'll see a thumbnail up on the channel.
And like Tuesday or Wednesday.
And you'll see. I usually do a community post that says we're going to be there, and you can put on your notifications, and you'll know when we're going to be live.
Yeah. Kieran has a.
I'm going to go back up too. Brent said, as it gets colder, winter westerns would be a fun time. We can write some of these down too. Winter westerns would be good.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do one every couple of weeks, or at least once a month we can do one.
Yeah. And Karen's comment is related to that as well.
Yeah. Let's see. The movie addict said you tune into the radio at our drive-in, so I guess we would do the same thing. Let me go back. Sorry if I'm trying to go back. Could watch similar horror movies and discuss if we did a weekly live stream. We can certainly do that. And if you have any suggestions in this live stream too for a movie, we do have some movies that we're going to watch. This is one we were going to watch. Let me know if you might be interested in this one. Now that we're talking about it, but this is one we were thinking about watching. Let me know if this is of any interest to anyone. They Live, which we haven't seen in a while, which is a John Carpenter movie. And I remember seeing this years ago, and this is a Scream Factory release of They Live, and so we were thinking about watching this one. But we might watch some like old school ones also. We're probably we have some Hammer movies here. We were thinking about maybe watching some Hammer horror. This is another set. You can still get this set, I think, too, by the way, which is really inexpensive. And also I'm excited for the.
Is this one?
I was going to say I'm excited for the new.
Because we wanted to watch Brides of Dracula.
Brides of Dracula, yeah. I was just going to say that I'm really excited about the Val Lewton double feature that's coming out from Criterion, and I can't remember the names of the movies, but this is another from Warner Archive. They have the Val Lewton double feature Bedlam, which we've seen, and the Ghost Ship. But if you have something that you want us to watch, let me know in the comments. And thanks to you, Wayne, and everyone else. Did I miss something here? Let's see. Like I said, I hardly buy DVDs, but I did get the Casper the Friendly Ghost collection from Walmart recently. That sounds really good.
I haven't seen Casper in a long
Casper, I
time.
haven't seen that in a long time, yeah. Okay, let's see. We're usually out for about an hour, but we'll keep going. If there's more questions, we'll do it. Triple J, is there a release coming in the next few months that you're excited to buy? I've been getting a lot of older movies lately. I would get that Blake Edwards documentary if it was coming out on physical media. That's one I would be super excited to get.
But that's a PBS American Masters. Right?
That's an American Masters release, yeah. Is the new Omen movie worth a watch? That's a question maybe for the group, but
well, there's also going to be a Rosemary's Baby prequel.
The Rosemary's Baby prequel, yeah.
I just saw that.
Horror's Greatest, I would buy that immediately. I would get that immediately, day one.
See The Fall Guy?
The Fall Guy? Yeah, The Fall Guy, maybe we...
I don't know that we buy it, but we do want to see it.
We have that on...
it's on Peacock right now.
Yeah, that's on... so many times of running off the rails or off topic that doesn't really matter too much what the topic is. It's always a blast. That's nice to say. I always feel like we should stay on topic if we can, but then I'm always the one that goes off topic, right? You have to bring me back sometimes, or sometimes the chat has to bring me back.
Well, I feel like we like to have a topic so we have somewhere to start, because you can't go off the rails if you don't have rails.
I usually go off the rails with usually eliminate the rails right off the bat.
But if you don't have them to start with, then you can't get rid of them.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's at least a place to start.
Because then we start talking about food and stuff like that,
Well, it's nice to start, to have something to talk about before the chat really gets going. And then once the chat gets going, the more you talk, then the more we interact, and then the more it gets off the rails. But
that's true. We are going to put together, I think you'll see probably in a vlog, we got the Jaws Lego set, which Jesse likes Legos. And so we'll probably have a video about that. If there's any videos
I think the fact that we were thinking about making a video about it is stopping us from
doing it
together. Yeah. So it might just be like in a vlog, so we can put it together.
I've been enjoying Aki Kaurismäki films and Mike Nichols films, and now Alan J. Pakula films. So I don't know. And of course, Star Trek, the original series.
Well, we were also watching Dead City, but we're not sure how we feel about it.
I know. I feel like Dead City, we've kind of lost interest a little bit, but we're waiting for the second season of the Daryl Dixon show, the Book of Carol.
Oh yeah.
Which we saw the 11-minute, first one.
I do want to watch The Ones Who Live. So, but I feel like we just have to decide how we feel about Dead City and if we want to keep going or not.
Yeah. Let me ask the chat too. Are there what type of videos do you like? Are there any videos you'd like to see on the channel? And if you're watching this later, you can leave a comment as well, but let me know. Let us know. I paused there for a minute.
Well, that's all right.
Everybody could. Karen said, I've heard good things about The First Omen, but haven't watched it. Is that the one with Sydney Sweeney's in that? The First Omen?
Is she? Is it called The First
Or no, maybe
Omen?
I'm thinking of another one. I might be thinking of another one, The First Omen. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Is it called, The First Omen from 2024?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, my.
And let us know if you have any final questions too. This is another Hammer set, which I highly recommend too. This is a Mill Creek set, but this is really good. Look at all the movies that. Oh, that's right. I'm glad that the chat is here to correct me because I frequently make mistakes. But Sydney Sweeney is in Immaculate, which she's
just a nun in a different movie.
She's a nun in a different movie. Good nun movie from this year. Is that a genre? Nun movies? I don't know.
Maybe nun horror movies, yeah.
Yeah, nun horror,
Yeah.
Well, we were thinking because
Is it Saint Maud? That would be one.
Saint Maud, but I was thinking also there's a nun in the Daryl Dixon show, yeah. And I thought the show Mrs. Davis, which we watched on.
It's not horror, but yeah, she's a nun.
Yeah, it was like a sci-fi. That's more sci-fi, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's some time travel there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Brent, of course, the great decision here, the great suggestion, the 4K set of Universal Monsters, but just need to decide which set to get. This is a common dilemma. You know what? This is a common dilemma. We've been talking about this too, because we have the Frankenstein set, we have the Mummy set,
and that's it. And then we have Dracula.
Then we have Dracula separately,
Invisible
Man separately. But then you got some crossover. I think the issue becomes we have a lot of the Abbott and Costello movies, right? And those are included. And then there's some crossover on like the Frankenstein meets the Wolfman or whatever,
Yeah, like that's on
so
the
then you're
Wolfman set also.
double dipping on those, I think. And
yeah. And then the Creature from the Black Lagoon set only has 4 films on it.
I feel like we need the Creature from the Black Lagoon at some point. I don't know, but and then do I need the 4K? But, that's the other thing too. Do I need the 4K?
I don't know.
But I can't decide now. It makes it very difficult. The Universal Monsters and Star Trek versions and all this other stuff is really difficult. As I think about Star Trek, I'm really thinking about those steelbooks. Because there's a video on Amazon where they show they have the dividers in between the steel books.
I know,
and they look pretty good.
But the discs are stacked.
The discs are stacked, yeah. But I love that artwork though. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm really torn. You know how it is with books, right? You get torn. The artwork, it really gets you, or the new.
I know. Well,
right?
yeah, like
it's tough to
I
decide.
really liked this one set of covers, but then they got a re-release with new covers, and I can't get the old covers. But it's
really the collector's
the new, like the 4th
dilemma.
book doesn't have an old cover; it only has a new cover. And then they release it. It's like they give you a Blu-ray box set, and then that comes down in price because they're getting ready for the 4K box set. And then they change
just make
the
you
covers,
rebuy everything,
and
right?
then they give you special editions and steel books. And then
I don't have that many steel books, but I do love the artwork now that I'm into Star Trek, the original series again, which I can't believe. I watch one episode a night. I feel like as I get older, what's going to happen, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I feel like at night I'm going to have I'm going to watch a Star Trek. I'm going to watch a Columbo. I'm going to watch Canon or whatever, or I'll watch whatever. But it's probably going to be like from all these old series, right? That's probably what's going to happen with me.
Yeah.
The discs are stacked against you. I love the Movie Addict too, because that's the sense of humor that
That's right.
It's all stacked against me.
They really are.
Like I said, I wish Universal would make a 4K set of the Abbott and Costello monster movies too. Yeah.
They really
That would
should.
be nice.
There's only 5.
Well, I have that other Abbott and Costello set too, those are a lot of fun to watch. I remember watching those as a kid, and I really enjoyed them. The discs are stacked against me.
Oh man.
Yeah. We'll keep going if there's more questions or any comments, or let us know what you're watching, what you're eating, what your plans are for the long weekend. At least here in the U.S., I think there's a long weekend. But
is anybody starting autumnal activities?
Is it? What is it? October?
October.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
October? Well, tomorrow's September, so
we skip right over September and just
forget about September.
October, 2 months. Right?
But we started watching horror stuff. We started The Walking Dead in February.
Yeah. And then we started watching Universal Monsters at the beginning of August, I think.
Yeah, or maybe July. I don't even know. But and here's another Warner archive with I love Boris Karloff. I really want to see the old Dark House again too, but this is Isle of the Dead. Hello, Skulder. Hello. We are taking any questions, and again, thanks to everyone for helping us reach 4K. We really appreciate it, and we're very thankful. And like I said, when I started the channel a while back, just before the pandemic, I think, it was just, for fun, and it's really grown, and we really enjoy making videos and interacting with everybody in the movie community. So thank you so much for that. I don't think I ever checked out the Wes Anderson shorts. Was that like those commercials? Remember they did the if I'm thinking
commercials?
Yeah. Were those Wes Anderson directed?
He was in them. Yeah. I don't know if he directed them, but
I think we did see those. Yeah. Those are very good. Very well done. Google University will tell us.
Yeah. No, I guess they're
Google University.
No, they're on Netflix.
Oh, Netflix. Okay.
The Roald Dahl adaptations. Is that the one?
Skulder says, I'm watching John Woo's remake of his own film, The Killer, right now. How is that, Skulder? Let us know what you think of that. He won it. Oh, he won an Oscar. Thanks so much for the chat too, for having all this information. I realize how much I do not know all the time. Sculptor says I like it. Oh, this is another one we want to watch this year too, which we need to see again, right?
Yeah.
Which looks really good. Which is Ready or Not, right? Ready or Not. This looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean, we've seen it.
They talked about this in Horror's Best.
Horror's Greatest?
Horror's Greatest.
You mean Horror's Greatest?
Horror's Best.
Horror's Greatest.
Horror's Greatest.
There's the back of that one too. This is a really good one if you haven't seen Ready or Not. We really like this one. So, and they talk about the Amityville Horror, which is really funny because the Amityville Horror, I remember reading the book years ago, and James Brolin is in it. Of course, he's in Life in Pieces, and he plays, the grandfather or something in Life in Pieces.
Oh, right.
He's really funny.
They showed a clip of Amityville
Horror.
Amityville Horror.
We're like,
is that Pop Pop?
Hey, that's Pop Pop from Life in Pieces. Hey. But we're going to watch this, I think, again. And I remember reading the book. I used to read the books a lot. Like I know Amityville Horror, but I read a few other ones too. Because, it was the 80s. They didn't have, they didn't have the internet. Karen said, I just watched Ready or Not. Super fun. Yep. We're excited about that one. And of course, the classic Young Frankenstein. Was that your watch? Or your watch agrees with that too?
Yeah.
Young Frankenstein. I love this one.
We just watched a clip on TikTok, didn't we? Or
of Young Frankenstein?
Young Frankenstein.
Did we?
Yeah. With Frau, where she was, I don't remember what she was saying, but she was saying something to him.
Yeah.
But
there's those outtakes too, right? With Gene Wilder. Oh,
yeah,
where
I
he's.
feel like it was like we were looking at social media and it showed it was.
It's the one where Cloris Leachman is talking to Gene Wilder, and she's saying, "Do you want anything? You want Ovaltine?
Oh yeah.
Do you want? Can I get you anything before you go to bed?" And Gene Wilder does his normal. We talked about the Gene Wilder documentary too, which is another good one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
What is everyone watching tonight? If we haven't covered that, maybe we've covered that already. I don't know.
What are we watching tonight?
What are we going? Well, I'm going to watch Star Trek, right? I'm halfway through season 1.
I know, but before that, because we've kind of been carving out
maybe we'll rewatch
an early evening time where we watch something together, and then a later evening time when you watch Star Trek and Life in Pieces.
In Life in Pieces. So usually we do some reading and watch a little YouTube, and then we and then I've got a couple of shows, and then you read or you do some games. Yeah. Right.
Well, but the other day we had like this 6 to 8:30 window where we can watch something together.
Yeah.
What did you want to rewatch?
I think we've been watching like we were watching either Dead City or Horror's Greatest, which we could rewatch that Horror's Greatest, or we could start. What we could do? We could start one of those shark movies on AMC Plus. There's like 3 shark movies on AMC Plus, which look like they're going to be pretty campy.
I think I want to see.
They look like they're going to be. The Reef, yeah. But isn't that the third Reef movie?
I thought it was the second.
The second Reef movie.
I like the Reef.
I thought it's the third.
In general.
Kieran said, I'm watching The Elephant Man because my favorite movie podcast has an episode about that. I love David Lynch. Thank you, Kieran, so much for joining us today too. I love David Lynch. I maybe that's what we should watch too. Twin Peaks, maybe. Rewatch Twin Peaks, which is an amazing show.
Well, I was thinking about it because it's kind of like
it's kind of scary, yeah, and it's got that
scary,
and it's got that very the soundtrack and all that.
Yeah. But if we're going to use our afternoon time to watch a show, then we're not going to be able to watch as many films.
Yeah, I have to be careful because I have to balance my serious movie watching or my serious show watching with a comedy.
Well, I just think that if we're going into like the fall times and into like October, we might not want to be working on a show.
Yeah, very true. That's very true.
Because we have the Ones Who Live, but that is short and horror related.
Yeah.
And then eventually we're going to have, Halloween Baking Championship and Horror's
Because Brent said we should watch. No, Brent said we should watch the British Bake Off.
Yeah, right? But we have to get BritBox for that.
Yeah, maybe there's some free episodes on something. But Scholar said, I'm thinking of watching Horizon and American Saga. I was thinking about that too because we have that on Prime, I think, or something. I don't know. It's on one of the streaming services. I
call it HBO, but I guess it's technically called Max.
It's Max now, right? Brent says, I think I watched Throne of Blood, which is a pretty serious one, right? Just watch Polanski's Macbeth. Stick with the Shakespeare theme. I wonder if we could do a Shakespeare video. I wonder if that would be interesting to do. But
Shakespeare chat.
Shakespeare chat. I love Richard III, and I just bought a DVD of the Ian McKellen version of Richard III, which is good. But I love the Olivier version, and of course I love Hamlet. You know, one of the things I really missed that I should have gotten lately, I've been having regrets about things I should have gotten, and one of them is the Shakespeare box set from Criterion, because that had Hamlet in it. And now I have to get Hamlet somewhere else.
But at the time, like, did you know about the box set and you had an opportunity to buy it and you just didn't?
Yeah, you know what? I knew about the box set early on and I should have gotten it. But
because like you can't really regret it if you never had the opportunity to buy it.
I mean, I did. There was a window there. There was a window for me to get it.
Well, that's how I feel about these book covers. There was a window.
There was a window, yeah.
Commit to these book covers, and now that window's closed.
This is really the post show, probably part of the live stream too, this is when everyone else is pretty much left. But if there's anyone left here, this is when we really get into it.
It's almost my favorite time of the chat because we start to chat and then I look at the numbers, and then the longer we chat, the numbers go back up.
Yeah.
Like, I thought those guys were done.
I thought they were done with that live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so if you have any other questions for us too, Brent said the Great British Bake Off is on Netflix. We'd have to get Netflix again for that.
But it's also on BritBox.
It's on BritBox too?
Well, it looks like the newer seasons are on BritBox. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I have to get a couple of other.
Because that sounds like a cozy winter right there.
It does sound pretty good. You know, all the streaming prices are going up too. I'm so thankful that which I'm sure a lot of collectors are too at this point, that you collect your favorite shows. You should always collect your favorite shows if you can, so you don't have to rely on a streaming service.
See, this is where it's confusing. All right, so there's 2 seasons of the Great British Bake Off on Roku channel.
Oh, really?
There's season 5 through 11 on Netflix, and there's seasons 25 and 26 on BritBox. But then it's also on a channel.
Maybe on the Roku, we can see it on the Roku channel because we get some of those free channels.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's using like the free services, but I love those to kind of preview things too. So we use like Pluto TV and Tubi. Those are pretty popular here in the US. And Roku TV we have, which we found the Universal Monsters channel in there. Any other questions before we say so long for today?
Yeah.
It's getting very quiet. I can hear the crickets now. It's crickets.
Oh.
What is it doing? Is it raining out there?
Well, no, our number just did this really weird spin thing.
Kieran said, I adore Tubi. There's a great service with tons of movies. I totally agree. I like it. I feel like there's kind of this pendulum is swinging back a little bit because people are paying for streaming services, but then you can watch, if you don't mind ads. The thing is, if you have Prime, like we have Prime, we have to watch ads now unless you want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, here's my question. So like Tubi and Pluto, they are free with ads, but can you pay to remove the ads, or is it just?
I don't think you can. I think it's free. I think like Pluto, one of their campaigns is free forever, free for free always.
Always free.
Always free.
Yeah.
Free.
That's
always
where
free.
You can watch. They have a Star Trek channel, right?
They do, and so if you have an itch for Star Trek, you can watch some Star Trek on there. But they were doing a To Be or Not to Be. I love that movie. That's the opening for the Shakespeare chat.
If we were to expect puns from anyone, it would be the movie addict.
The movie
whose
addict,
name
right.
is a pun.
Yeah, exactly, right. I've been doing these jokes all the time. I found out I had a birthday over the summer, and ever since I went past that birthday, I've been making jokes and everything, and that's new for me. I don't usually do that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like not that you weren't doing jokes before, but like they're like faster now.
They're really quick, right?
Yeah.
I'm always making jokes with myself. YouTube has free movies also with ads and everything.
Oh, our problem with YouTube's free movies is that we're not signed in on our TV, so it won't let us watch anything.
You're right.
Like G or PG.
G or PG rated, yeah. Oh yeah, bathroom breaks. We need those bathroom breaks, right? I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but I only get 2 or 3 1-minute blocks of ads in an entire movie. I think that happens for Prime, but also probably on Tubi as well. But it is good for a bathroom break. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Roku, you watched the show Till Death on Demand.
I did.
And then the longer you watched, the less ads you got.
which I watched twice on demand, that show Till Death with Brad Garrett, which is if you're interested in a unique sitcom, I think it's very good. And there's another video on YouTube where they talk about the show Till Death, which is Brad Garrett and what's her name? Jolie Fisher, but Martin Mull's in it, and there's other JB Smoove is in it.
Oh yeah, he is in it.
And but there's a lot of guest stars and stuff like that. But that's a show that starts to go off the rails, I think, in season 3, because they lose the writers, and so eventually, and there's also it seems like there's nobody watching, so they do these weird things where one of the characters breaks the fourth wall and starts talking to the camera. He thinks he's on a sitcom, which we know he's on a sitcom.
Well,
and then
because he's
it's a whole thing.
He's kind of a hippie, you know, so like certain recreational activities hippies may partake in, and so that kind of feeds into him thinking he's on a sitcom. Right,
but also, you know, like an actual microphone comes into the frame at one point. He's like, see?
Like the joke is that like he's, you know, done a little too much, and so he thinks he's in a sitcom, but you as the audience member know he's on a sitcom and also see the ways that he is on a sitcom. Yeah.
And so that there's a whole storyline about that.
Also, part of the problem is that season 3, I think, was maybe around 2020. So season 4
was when the writer's strike? Was that the writer's strike?
No, that was like the stay home.
Oh, the stay home.
Safe
gotcha.
Situation.
Sorry.
So season 4 absorbed the rest of the season 3 episodes, so they're like way out.
They're way out of order, but if you're looking for an interesting sitcom to watch, that's on Roku TV, and I'm sure it's on other services too. But I think we can say so long for today.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Sure.
I mean, unless there's any more questions. Does anyone else have any questions? Raise your hand if you have. Listen, we've really had a great time today. It's really been a lot of fun. And I want to say thank you again for helping this channel and for supporting this channel. If you watch a video, come to a live stream. We're going to try to do more live streams, I think, probably at least, I would say maybe once a month, right? No guarantees, but I think once a month, maybe we could do it. Maybe once every couple of weeks. But
yeah, we can do that.
And, you know, we can, you know, if we will have a thumbnail up usually a few days beforehand, so you can set your notifications up, and we'll put the topic on there too. So if we decide to watch a movie, let's say, and you're interested in watching that movie, you can watch with us. And we were doing this before a little bit too, where we would watch a movie and talk a little bit about it, maybe the first 15, 20 minutes, and then we can talk about anything else after that.
Yeah, like maybe we could potentially pick, like if we want to talk about winter westerns, maybe we'll say we'll watch a specific one, but then we'll talk about others.
Winter westerns would be really good, I feel like. So McCabe and Mrs. Miller, I think, would be top on there.
Yeah.
Karen, thank you so much, and thanks to everyone who joined the live stream. If you're watching this later, leave us a comment, and we really appreciate all of you, and sincerely. And we will be back very soon. Thanks again, everybody.